Have you ever been in a situation where you decided that you weren't good enough for a dream job position? Good enough to date someone that you've been crushing on? Or maybe you just made an assumption that the short email from your coworker meant they were bothered with you. These are all agreements you made with yourself. We often don't know we're doing it, but we have made many agreements with ourselves that dictate how we feel and what actions we take in our day-to-day lives. The book, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, discusses the 4 agreements that we should keep with ourselves in order to live peacefully in the world. Ruiz derives his knowledge from ancient Toltec wisdom. The Toltec were known throughout southern Mexico as women and men of knowledge. They were basically a group of scientists and artists who explored and conserved spiritual knowledge. Lucky for you, I'm about to give you a dose of this esoteric ancestral wisdom. By solidifying these 4 agreements, you will gradually drop the other harmful agreements that weigh your spirit down, the ones that make it hard for you to show up as your authentic self in the world. In this animated book summary, I'm going to go over the key takeaways for each agreement so you can start taking action in your life today. The first agreement: be impeccable with your word. This means how you talk to yourself, what you say to others, and what you say about others. This agreement is all-encompassing when it comes to the words coming from your mouth or within your mind. The book talks about using your words as either black magic or white magic. Black magic is when you gossip about your friends, tell yourself that you're not good enough, or lie to someone. White magic is when you use your words for truth and love. You give yourself positive affirmations. You tell yourself that you're worthy and capable of the best in life, and you genuinely compliment others. Your words put spells on other people and yourself. If you choose negativity, then you will speak black magic into the world. If you choose positivity, then you will speak white magic into the world. As I'm sure you can guess, the world needs more white magic. When you speak white magic, you feel better too. If you want to elevate yourself, you have to hold strong to this agreement. Your words and thoughts give rise to all your creative powers. As the author says, what you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through words. Try this. First, say positive affirmations to yourself any chance you get. I am positive, I am happy, I am making a difference in the world. Second, in situations where you would normally lie to not ruffle anyone's feathers, start respectfully voicing how you feel. If you don't want to say anything, remain quiet instead of lying. Third, if you feel the urge to gossip, stop yourself. Instead, flip the script. Think of something positive about the person you are going to gossip about. You can think it silently to yourself or say it aloud. Watch your mind and spirit flourish as you adopt this agreement. As Don Miguel Ruiz says, just by this one agreement alone, you'll become more peaceful and joyful from the inside out. The second agreement: don't take anything personally. Let's say you didn't get a text back from someone you like. You are most likely gonna take it personally. Or maybe your boss took an extra week to email you back about your raise. Again, you will most likely think it's personal. How about if someone at the store gave you an unfriendly gaze? This is yet another instance where it must be something you did to offend them. Do any of these sound familiar? If they do, you're not alone. We all tend to take things personally. This is why the second agreement tells us to do the opposite. The second agreement tells us to not take things personally because nothing is personal. Hear me out here. Everyone is in their own world with their own beliefs and perceptions. In that way, what they say and do is a reflection of their inner world, not of yours. By adopting this agreement, you will no longer seek validation from others. If someone tells you that you didn't do a good job, it won't get you down. In the same vein, you won't get too excited when someone tells you that you did do a good job, as you already know you're doing your best. Don Miguel Ruiz says that when you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Remember that nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of their own feelings, beliefs, opinions, and mental programming. If you can internalize and follow this, then you will be set free from so much mental hardship. You can release those poisonous comments and actions because they were never yours to begin with. Try this. First, when someone says or does something that is harmful, immediately reframe. Think about what their world might be like and how what they said or did was just a projection of that inner state. Second, don't accept negative things people say about you or to you. Guard your mind from solidifying that into your subconscious. As the book says, when you allow others' negativity in, it invites their poison to run through you. Third, use visualization strategies. Visualize this person as being in a different dream. Imagine a bubble around their dream that is separate from yours. The third agreement: don't make assumptions. Assumptions seem harmless enough, right? Here's some examples we've all probably heard. No worries, I just assume you are mad. "Oh, I just assumed you didn't want to come with us to the concert because you seemed busy. I just assumed you didn't care about my new dog because you weren't smiling a lot." If you look carefully at your thoughts all day, you will most likely find some serious assumptions going on. We make assumptions because we're trying to make sense of everyone and everything around us, which makes us feel safe. Good intentions, but it doesn't end well. Assumptions are harmful. When we take them as truth, we also might take them personally. This could lead us to using words or taking actions that spread emotional poison, but we are reacting to an assumption, not the truth. As I'm sure you've experienced, this doesn't help us out in life. Our minds love to fill in the gaps with what might be the case, but this leads us to not ask questions and not listen effectively after solidifying our assumption. It also leads to gossip and taking things personally, which is a recipe for emotional poison. Further, we might even begin to defend our assumptions. This gets out of hand quickly. The third agreement discusses guarding yourself from creating these misunderstandings within yourself and with others. The key is to ask questions. Seek clarity. More information and direct communication will take down any sneaky assumptions. As the book notes, humans by nature don't perceive things the way they are, but how they want to see and hear them. When you become aware of this, you can do better. You can also make the mistake that others know what you are thinking, and therefore you don't have to say what you want. To avoid this, you should say exactly what you want. Unless you've perfected mind reading and telepathy skills, this is probably going to be your best bet. Have the courage to ask if you don't understand. Encourage others to do the same with you. Asking questions and getting answers illuminates truth, and assumptions will fade away. Try this. Listen intently and ask questions to fully understand. Communicate with others as clearly as you can, even if it feels awkward or uncomfortable. Third, pump the brakes when you find yourself feeling off in an interaction. Remind yourself that you need to seek the truth first. The fourth agreement, do your best. This agreement's purpose is to allow the first three agreements to become deeply ingrained habits. As it says, just do your best, no more, no less. Your best, however, changes from one moment to the next. Your best will change depending on factors such as your mood, what's going on in your life, and how much sleep you got. The point is that you just do your best with where you are at. If you're cranky from a lack of sleep, your best will not look the same as when you wake up from 8 hours of restless sleep with an abundance of energy. And that's okay. You can recognize that your best that day just looks different, and it will also look different tomorrow and the next day. Overdoing it to try to be better than your best that day usually backfires too. The book talks about a man who wanted to transcend his suffering, so he went to a Buddhist temple. The master told him that if he meditated 4 hours a day, he would transcend in 10 years. But if he meditated 8 hours per day, it would take 20 years. The man wanted to do more to get faster results, so he asked the master why it would take longer if he did more. The master replied, "You are not here to sacrifice your joy or your life. You are here to live, to be happy, and to love. If you can do your best in 2 hours of meditation, but you spend 8 hours instead, you only grow tired, miss the point, and you won't enjoy your life. Do your best, and perhaps you'll learn that no matter how long you meditate, you can live, love, and be happy." Doing your best also keeps you from having regrets. You prepared for the interview, wore your most polished outfit, and spoke with poise, but you still didn't get the job. You are free from worry or sadness because you did your best on it. You can let go. You will instantly feel happier when you do your best. Every action is a chance to exercise this agreement and build this skill. Think of it as a superpower to feel good about all interactions and actions in your life. 3 takeaways about doing your best. First, it will change moment to moment, and that's okay. Second, don't do more or less than your best to avoid regret or depletion. Third, it will set you free because you won't have regrets and you will feel happy about your actions regardless of results. In conclusion, these agreements are an art. Plant these seeds, practice them, have patience, and watch them grow beauty in your life. As these agreements grow stronger, imagine your garden growing like an oasis. At the same time, imagine the weeds, the old negative agreements you had with yourself, fading away into the background. As a recap, first, be impeccable with your word. Say yes when you want to say yes, say no when you want to say no. Second, don't take anything personally. Remember that nothing others say or do is because of you. Third, don't make assumptions. Express yourself clearly and ask questions to avoid misunderstandings. Fourth, do your best. This helps you avoid regret and feel happier about your actions. If you're working on building one of these agreements with yourself, feel free to drop a comment below and share which one. If you like this video, subscribe, drop a like, and share with whoever you think would benefit from this knowledge. Until next time, this is Knowledge Distilled.